Now, when I'm lacking something, I'm praying, not necessarily in words but I feel that something's hurting in my heart, when my heart is crying out for something. You're saying, look, that your heart is crying out for something, that you're praying for something that you're lacking is not enough yet. Why? Because there is a hidden force here that if you don't take it into consideration, there will be no response to your prayer in the system that you exist in. Right. So now I understand that the big secret how to get a response from the system is that you're saying that in general, what I have to do is I have to turn to my heart. I have to start working with my heart. I have to start change it from a frequency where everything is aimed only at myself, for myself, loving only myself, taking from everything for myself, to a direction of outwards, especially outwards, love, giving, and so on. Now, this entire story of taking my heart and like switching engines in it instead of it working inwards for it to work outwards, it's in order for me to become more and more like that inner force that's operating in nature. Yes. If I make this twist and my heart starts working instead of inwards, outwards, and suddenly I feel love, gradually, suppose gradually, but let's leap forward. Suddenly my life became good, all of the problems I had in the past are gone, of course. Where did they go? Because your desire changed. You want to love others and you come to the love of others. That's the only thing that you can come to. But the problems themselves, where did they go? The problems, you don't feel them. You feel them in your egoistic desire. Your ego inverted now to be in love towards others instead of self-love. So you're reaching a fulfillment of love of others, where you love the others and you enjoy it. I'll ask from a different angle, maybe I'll better understand. Let's say, God forbid, someone's very ill. He's very precious to me. God forbid, my son. Before I learned how to correctly pray from you, my heart naturally prays for him to be healthy. Right. You're saying maybe this prayer won't be answered. I'm asking you why. You say that there's certain lawfulness that's operating, you have to learn it. I start learning, and I understand that until I become better myself, my life won't get better. Until I become as good as that force, I will not feel good. Yes. Okay, so I'm flowing with you. Suppose my heart turned and I did become good. Suddenly my son's illness, it dissipates? Possibly? Because you're not yet in a heart which is completely good. You're gradually advancing towards love of others in stages and bigger circles until you encompass, grasp the entire world inside and you feel love for the entire world. And if so, then your son too is included there, of course. But in which circle will your son be included in and will be healed, meaning this I can't say in advance. These are the stages you previously described? Yes, I don't want the stages, I want the final picture. The final picture, everything is fulfilled only with good. So I understand a few simple things. I want to see if I understand correctly. You're saying that in the whole of reality there is a good force which is utter good and bestowal operating there, and that you feel different problems and troubles in life is because you're not like it. If you start inverting your heart and therefore you said there's no one to turn to your heart for it to connect with others. If I start inverting my heart in direction of being good towards others, the more I invert it, this good comes into my life more and more. If I reach the end, suppose, I turned my entire heart into good, to the extent to which your heart no longer belongs to you, but to others, that part of the heart is fulfilled with good. My life. Yes. And now from this place, we want to connect it again to the mutual prayer, the prayer of the many. Here, what he said, I agree with him only partially. He said the correction of the heart. It is impossible to correct the heart without connecting with everyone. Theoretically, it's impossible. Suppose that I love everyone. Anyone can say that. But we have to practically collect people, teach them what does it mean, love of others, and so on. It's true that we begin egoistically for us to be better off, but then we exchange our values, where we no longer think about ourselves, but we really think about love of others, that it's outside of us, and we're ready to contribute ourselves to it completely, entirely, and to that extent, we connect with that task outside of us, outside our ego, and then we achieve one desire, which is called the pillar of prayer, and then in this pillar of prayer, our request operates in reality and gives us everything that we ask for. And what do we ask for then? For everyone to be well off, and also for ourselves at the end. As it says in the Jewish prayer book, for these, and those, and for all the nations of the world, and everyone, and for us at the end. And really, this is how it then happens. What's this pillar you just described? The pillar of prayer, you know, where the prayer stands. He stands in front of the wall, or in front of this pillar, or a stand. You mean in the synagogue? Yeah, suppose. It's called the pillar, the middle line. What does it mean? It means, the middle line means that I connect both the good force and the bad force together in order from the bottom of my heart, from my entire heart. A person also has some good in his heart against all the evil. I connect both these parts of the heart and I raise them to the general correction, everything towards the love of others. I want to ask another question, but since we're talking about something a bit abstract, then abstract? Yeah, it's a bit hard to grasp it. Yeah, okay. On our previous shows, we talked about perception of reality, that the people outside of me are a projection of my internality, and we really understand that all of our work is to correct ourselves, our heart, and as a result, reality will change. Now we're saying that we have to come together, do some work together. How does it coincide with that eventually it's all up to my correction? Why do I need other people to do this work with me? I can't do it without them. Without them, it means that I'm not working in the direction of love of others. I can sit and imagine and philosophize about it, and write books about it and essays about love of others and everything, and actually nothing in me will change. I have to do it in practice. We're living in the world of actions, therefore we live in body, and we have to determine it truly only in practice between us, in a way that men, women, children, everyone will get the education that this is what we have to do, and for it to be in practice between us, meaning everywhere in the world, on the roads, in shops, at work, at home, in different states, love towards others. The other, it means that I feel that he's not inside my desire, inside my heart, to some extent. I have to achieve love towards him, meaning to connect him, to bring him into my heart or bring my heart out onto him. So eventually the responsibility is on me, the correction is in me, to carry it out in the whole of humanity eventually. A bit, starting from 10 people and more and more and more, until all the 7 billion, or as many as there will all become a part of it, because they project my state. They are parts of my soul. Who? All of those people in the world, parts of my soul. The more I connect to them in love, I acquire my soul. By that I acquire my soul. My soul is in them, in all of them, not in me. The more I come out of myself onto them, there I find the soul, the higher world, my next world. That's where it is.